Greetings and salutations, YouTube. My name is Tito, and we got a comment of the week video. This video is pertaining to the LG Stylo stock firmware video, and the YouTuber commenting is Ryan McCardle, which you guys should see here on the screen here in a minute. Ryan goes to say, for the guy who made this video, maybe this is your hustle, I don't know, but making people pay or advertising to get people to pay for a free firmware to fix their phone is BS in my book. Android is open source and not meant for you to make a quick buck unless someone wants to pay you to fix it. But for those looking to do it yourself, shouldn't be charged anything. Then he links Dominic Gresham's video on how to push system image through ADB and says, go here, it's free. Here's the problem with all the things you said in that comment, dude. One, is that it's not my hustle. I didn't make not a dime, not a penny, nothing. I didn't make anything on it. Okay, two, I'm not even friends with the guys who made this unofficial firmware. This is something that actually Dominic, the guy that you linked his video, he actually told me about it. Okay, so let's clear that. Anyways, the method you're talking about, the one you say go here, it's free, that Dominic was showing, was pushing a firmware using ADB. Android Device Bridge. Now that method is used for several things. One, it was used to root the LG Stylo on Boost Mobile because the Boost Mobile version didn't have a lot of support. LG did not release an official firmware for it to be flashed on the LG Up or the LG Flash tool. There was no ability to put a custom recovery because the bootloader on the Boost Mobile version is locked down. So without recovery, you had to use ADB to manually push things over using a system image file to basically either achieve root or to achieve a out-of-box stock basically recover back to that point. Now, the reason that this exists, this firmware that's being requested to purchase, is that when using ADB and flashing the system image, sometimes things can go wrong, because that's what happened with this. I was trying to bring it back on ZV5, trying to bring it back from root to stock so I can take the ZV6 update. And during the process of connecting it, following it step by step, which, you know, shout out to Six Hokage for writing up that method, it incorrectly flashed the system image at some point, which then reconnecting it the same way and trying the steps over and over again did nothing to fix it. So what do you do from that point when it's stuck at the LG logo screen in a boot loop? What do you do? LG didn't put out an official firmware, so what can you do? Absolutely nothing, except these guys that came out of the woodwork and built an unofficial firmware version and put it out there, and yes, they charged $20. But let's look at it like this. Which is better? Paying $20 and getting the firmware to flash using the LG Up tool or the LG Flash tool, or spending another $150 or $99, whatever it costed at that moment. Which is better? Okay? Like, nothing in this world is for free, and these guys didn't have to put out an unofficial version. They could have just made it for, you know, personal use solely. And then that would mean that the only way you're going to get this for free is if you actually did the same thing they did and built an official firmware yourself. And a system image file is not the firmware by itself. You have to have the recovery image and the boot image, and there's several other things like the meta INF, something like that. There's a whole lot to it than just the system image, and it's not a ROM or a stock ROM, okay? It's a full firmware. It's what basically will bring your phone back to as if it came out of the factory fresh. So these guys want to charge $20 for it. You can't knock their hustle, okay? Because they worked to do that, and they didn't have to give us that. And yes, someone could go and buy one and then put it back up on, like, say, MediaFire and share it with the entire world for free. But what that does is it hurts us, because when these guys figure that out, and they're like, okay, one person's buying it and sharing it with 100,000 people, they're losing revenue, right? And like in any business, if it's not going to be complied to, they're just going to shut down. So then what do we do in the future when we run into the same issues with future devices? Well, we're pretty much SOL. So while you're sitting here talking about that it's open source, yes, it's open source. It doesn't mean that when a developer builds something that they have to give it out for free. They can charge what they want because they put in the labor and the time to build it. Not you, not I, not anyone else. They did. So yes, they can put a price on it if they want to. Now, if they're really big and kind-hearted, they'd put it out there for free. But in this case, these guys are like, hey, we're bailing out a lot of Boost Mobile people with the Stylo that soft brick their device, so they feel entitled. to making something for their hard work. So in a way, yeah. So anyhow, while you reference people to that one, that's just one of the basic ways of doing it. What I'm talking about in that video is to recover if that method that you're referring people to as the free version, if that fails, what can you do from there? And trust me, it has. This phone went through it, and with by me getting the TOT file, which is the firmware for this device, I was able to bring this phone back out of it being on a boot loop. And okay, so that's it for you guys that watch this. Let me know what you guys think. You guys can add on in the comment section of this video. Links will pop up right now on the screen, so you guys can click any of these links to go to my blogger, go to my second channel, or even see the most previously uploaded video if you guys want to. Again, my name's Tito with Aloha Android. Shout out to Ryan McCardle for the comment for this video. And you guys can check me out in the next one, guys. Have a good night. Aloha.